What? They changed the intro song. Is it any good? What the hell? Welcome in, everybody, to Coda's Cove. Today, we're going to be giving my review for Peacemaker Season 2 premiere of Episode 1. All right, so to start things off, I'm a little salty. I loved Peacemaker Season 1. I thought it was one of the best seasons for a superhero show or a show that we had gotten in quite some time. Enjoyed it beginning to end. Love the raunchy humor. It's kind of equivalent to The Boys. John Cena did a fantastic job as Peacemaker. I was really looking forward to Season 2. Gotta say, right off rip, I am upset that they changed the intro song from Season 1. They still do the dancing. That's still a fun little intro to the series, but Season 1's was so much better. It had more energy. I just liked it a whole lot better. And that's a gripe I have. I am going to deduct a very little bit off my score for this premiere because of that. I don't care if you think I'm petty. If you disagree with me, I got 2 words for you. Just as the Season 1, Season 2 has some very funny moments in it. There is some great jokes in here. To start off, they did a recap that you cannot skip, but you need to actually watch it because they are retconning basically the Zack Snyder Justice League. If you remember at the end of Season 2, there's a huge joke about Aquaman making love to fish. They retconned that. They took them all out. They put the Justice Gang in there because we are in the James Gunn universe now. So there is the Justice Gang in there. It was pretty funny. There is a scene in here where Peacemaker is going to get interviewed with the Justice Gang because he wants to join a team. And the whole scene within that is pretty hilarious. They have this microphone there where they think it's shut off because they flipped the switch off, but it's still picking up, and Peacemaker hears everything, and they're just kind of, making offensive jokes saying he sucks, there's no use in having him on the team. And it was a pretty funny scene. The one scene we're going to talk about, which I'm sure every one of you who have seen this episode know what we're about to talk about. If you haven't, be prepared because it's a huge WTF. We have a scene in here that rhymes with corgi, and they show everything. James Gunn, more like James Doom. You horny man.
What the hell is even that?
Sick.
What are we doing? Why? It fits with the Peacemaker thing, but this looks like it was just, completely ripped from The Boys. Doesn't add much to the story. It's a huge WTF moment. If you have kids that watch this, first of all, what the hell are you thinking letting your young kids watch this show to begin with? Second off, you're going to have to skip it. It's a lot. So the main crux of this is we are starting to get another multiverse storyline, which I don't like. This episode's going to tie in directly with the Superman movie we just had. Continue to explore this other dimension that Lex Luthor had made. And now for me, I personally am kind of done with the whole multiverse expansion in between these superhero shows and movies. And that's all Marvel's fault because their multiverse has been kind of trash in my opinion. I'm burnt out on it. Me personally, I'm just over the multi-dimension, the multi-universes. I've seen it in the CW, Arrowverse, all that stuff. I've kind of had it. So I'm going to deduct points from this episode as well, just because it's not something I'm interested in seeing. Unless they can do a good job with it. I'm hoping they can. I mean, James Gunn has experience with Marvel, but don't want to see a multi-universe again. I'm kind of sick of seeing it. Overall, though, for this episode, I will say it's a little underwhelming. There is not that much action in it. We do get some of John Cena's maybe best acting I've seen him in a show yet. He hits a wide range of emotions because in this episode, when we get to the multiple dimensions, the alternate realities, John Cena walks in through this door where his father and his brother are both still alive. And it's emotionally gripping. John Cena does such a fantastic job acting in this scene where him, his dad, and his brother are sitting down just having drinks talking. You really feel for him because he's been going through it. He blames himself for killing his brother for so much. He's dealing with the guilt of having to kill his father. And I think they're really going to explore it because at the end of this episode, John Cena accidentally kills that universe's Peacemaker because they thought that he was the actual Peacemaker. We're going to see how that messes with the timeline. And it's probably there's going to be some heartstrings being pulled. There's going to be some very tense emotional moments, especially when I'm sure eventually the dad and the brother are gonna find out what happened. Got to give John Cena A plus for his acting, though. Did very good in those roles. It was a really great scene. Going back to the overall thought of the episode, I personally was just a little underwhelmed. This episode felt very fast. Yeah, we got like 3 different storylines going on, each from the different characters from season 1. Amelia, Peacemaker's love interest throughout this show, they seem to have gotten together at the end of season 1. She is going through a real identity crisis right now because of what happened with Amanda Waller and Argus, and Amanda Waller, it looks like, kind of blackmailing her from getting hired by any other agency to do work. And she states in this episode, when she's speaking to like a psychologist or a therapist or something, that she's been trained her whole life for one thing only: she doesn't know what to do. It's a really cool fight scene with her in a bar where she's just looking for trouble. Yeah, she's at a dirty biker bar and these guys are being so gross and making rude remarks to her, but you know what, she actually turns out to be like the big dick in this scene. But the fighting was kind of wild. Some of the moves she puts on these dudes and the brutality that she puts on them is crazy. She eventually gets jumped, she gets thrown out of this bar, and as she's looking up at the night sky, she's starting to smile because she actually feels something as a person going through all that chaos. Her and Peacemaker arguing with each other, they kind of split it off, And then we've also got Adebayo took over, her mother's position, and Argus is trying to make it a good place, trying to right the wrongs that Amanda Waller has done. We got John over here. John, he's working still. He's out in the field. He's actually keeping an eye on Peacemaker because the agency that he works for, I'm pretty sure it's still Argus, they noticed something weird going on in his house. Like there's some type of power being emanated from his house, and they just want to check it out. His scene with talking on the phone and having to walk around while watching the corgi scene is kind of crazy. It's funny. And then we also got our boy over here who plays Adrian. He's back working at a restaurant, just kind of living his life. They don't really go too much into what he's doing. He's hilarious in the scene that he's in, just talking nonstop, annoying, but it's still funny. But yeah, overall, the show, it was a little underwhelming for me. I was expecting a little bit more with the premiere. Looking forward to see where it goes. I hope I don't get tuned out from, the alternate dimension and reality thing, because I'm just personally over it. If I had to give this episode a rating out of 10, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give it a 6. It was better than average. Jokes are really funny, really raunchy. If you're into that type of humor, you like The Boys, you really liked season 1 of Peacemaker, I promise you're going to like this season starting off. Do have some worries about it, though, just from personal disinterest, as I've stated multiple times now. But overall, I think I'm looking forward to see where this goes. I'm waiting to see some more of the action, seeing how, John Cena character develops through the season, trying to come to peace with terms about what's happened in his life, and seeing where this goes and how it's going to tie into James Gunn's universe going forward. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Code is Code. We will be giving Peacemaker episodes review weekly, so tune in, leave a like, subscribe, make sure you hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss that. We're also doing Alien Earth episode by episode reviews every week. Be a friend, tell a friend, come on down to the Cove, because we are trying to hit 10K subscribers, everybody. Come on in, because the water is fine. Thank you.